Good morning and happy Saturday. I'm out in Cray Park, kind of a chilly, damp morning. Thought I would get on and say hi. So, we've been talking about state management. As we've learned, what we really want in life are we want the feelings that we think certain outcomes are going to give us. And if we learn how to manage our state, we can have those feelings at any time. And wouldn't that be a great way to live life at any time to be able to say, okay, rather than being in a response to this situation, I'm going to direct how I'm going to feel, which is going to completely change how you respond to that event, which is going to completely change your destiny. We've learned that there's a triad that decides how we feel, that our physical body is on the bottom of the triad. And then yesterday we talked about focus. Where focus goes, energy flows. And then we're going to talk about language slash belief. So let's talk a little bit more about focus. Whatever we focus on is what we get. And the problem that a lot of us have is we spend time focusing on what we don't want and instead of what we do want. And so we get what we don't want and not what we do want. You can't drive down the road looking in the rearview mirror. You're always going to crash. What are the other ways that we change our focus? Well, shopping is an awesome way to change your focus. So if you're not feeling good about whatever is happening in your life, and you go shopping, whether it's physically go shopping or you go online shopping, now you're focusing on, oh, this new thing that I want, and I get this new thing, and this makes me feel good. So you can see why people can end up with a shopping addiction, just like you can end up with an addiction to eating or an addiction to drinking. All of those things are a way to change your physical body. If you eat, it changes the chemical makeup of your body. All of your blood goes to your stomach, it changes your physiology, it makes you relaxed. If you're stressed, you know, then you end up feeling relaxed because all the blood is in your stomach. If you drink alcohol, it changes the chemical makeup of your body, which is going to change your physiology, which is going to make you feel differently. If you smoke a cigarette, it changes the chemical makeup of your body, but you also take a deep breath when you smoke a cigarette, so that's going to make you relax. So shopping is one of those ways to change focus. So is television. That's another way to change focus. So is social media. That's another great way to change focus. So we don't like what's going on in our life, then we can say, all right, well, I'm going to go shopping. So I'm focusing on something else other than what's going wrong in my life that I don't know how to deal with. And so I'm going to just avoid, and what happens when we ignore a problem? Does it get better or does it get worse? It always gets worse. And I'm going to go look for things, and then I find something that I like, and now I can focus on this new shiny thing that I like, and then that makes me feel better. So that's another great way to change our focus. Why don't we watch movies that we've seen? How many do this? I do this all the time. So why do we watch a movie that we've already seen? Well, number one, we know that we're going to feel a certain way when we watch that movie. We know that the outcome of that movie is I'm going to feel a certain way because I've seen this movie before and I know how I felt last time I saw it. At the same time, we're going to be like, there's probably going to be parts that I don't remember that well. So there's going to be a little bit of surprise, and that allows us to change our focus. Either way, we're changing our triad, and because we're changing our triad, we're going to change how we feel. But does that really benefit us in terms of achieving our outcomes? Not really. I mean, it's okay to do that after you've done what you got to do. Remember, do what you got to do before you do what you want to do. If you've done what you got to do and it's like, okay, now I'm going to go watch a movie and it might be something that I've seen before just because I want to watch it again, fine. That's your relaxing time and that's what you're going to do. But if you're doing it to avoid the things that you got to do, well, then that's not very beneficial. So, again, we need to remember that we are always in control. We are always in control of how we feel, but we have to take control of that actively. Now, once you condition this, by the way, over time, you're not going to have to take it as actively. It'll just happen more and more and more. But when we start, we have to actively take control of our responses. And we do that by controlling our triad. I know I keep going over the same thing, but this is that important. Repetition is the mother of skill. And if you master this, which we all are, striving to, I've been working on this for years and I still work on it. It's not like I don't still need to consciously pay attention because I do. But over the years, it's gotten a lot better where I don't have to consciously pay attention near as much as I did 10 years ago or 20 years ago when I started down this process. But the more you pay attention and the more you manage your state, the changes in your life are exponential and they're impossible to completely calculate because they're going to be that significant. So that's why I keep going over it. So remember, where focus goes, energy flows. You want to control your focus. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. And if you decide to change your focus in order to get away from the things that you need to do, then you need to stop that. You need to consciously stop that. Focus on what you got to do so you can do what you want to do to achieve those outcomes that you're going to achieve. Best way to do that, look at those outcomes every day. Start your morning routine looking at those outcomes. That's one of the things that I do consistently that I have never stopped. So let's say hi to everybody. Mr. Lampy, always great to see you. Lindy? I can't read that well because I don't have my good glasses on. Good to see you. Sylvie, oh my goodness, it's so lovely to see you, dear. Thank you so much for watching. Valerie, good morning. Leva, good morning. Mark is on here too. My Lord, we got everybody this morning. Thank you so much for saying hi. Yeah, Leva from Portugal. Good. Hello in Portugal. I still haven't come and seen your great country. Ted, great to see you. Noel, great to see you. Dolores is always on. Sylvie, thank you for sharing these important facts of life. You make the world a better place. So do you, Sylvie. I love you so much. And Sarah, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have an awesome day. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.